Hey there for everybody watching on the replay. Glad to have you here, and I want to invite you to make sure you interact. Feel free to click anywhere on the screen to do hearts, and I'm delighted to have you playing with us today. So welcome everyone. Welcome Lydia. Hi, how's it going? I'm gonna turn my camera around here. Hi everybody, how's it going today? My name's Erin Elizabeth Wells. If you have not followed one of my scopes before, I've only been scoping for about a week. Fine, thanks, good, glad to hear you. Not glad to hear that, Lydia. I've only been scoping for about a week now, so I'm delighted to get to hang out with you all this morning and play a little bit. Stop, Drop, and Smolder. What a wonderful name, gotta say that. Hi, Emma, how's it going? Feel free to tap anywhere on the screen to give me hearts if I'm giving you some good information. Otherwise, I'd love to have you just tell me where you're from and give me a sense of your world. Thanks for the hearts. See, somebody's figured it out. You tap anywhere on the screen. And that lets me know you're still there and you're listening and that there's good stuff going on. But feel free to type right into the comments box. Tell me if you're new to Periscope, then why don't you type new? And if you're new to me, why don't you type Erin, which is my name. So if you've never been on one of my scopes before, type Erin into the comments box. Hello from Qatar, my goodness. I don't think I've had anybody on my scopes from there before, so welcome, glad to have you here. Timmy, hi, how's it going? Glad to have you guys here. So our topic for today, basically my name is Erin Elizabeth Wells, 11, I'm a graphic and web designer running my own business. Good for you, that's fantastic. Most of my work is with entrepreneurs these days. I love working with entrepreneurs and people who are passionate about what they're doing. My name is Erin Elizabeth Wells. I'm the intentionality expert and productivity strategist, and part of what I am here to do is to help entrepreneurs live more intentionally and to get their systems into place that allow them to stay focused, stay effective, and move themselves forward. So thank you for the hearts. If this is speaking to you, then I'm glad to know that. And I've been scoping every day for the past week, maybe missed 1 or 2 days over the weekend. I did take a little break. I'll be doing that a little bit more frequently. But that's what I scope about, is basically how to be more productive, more effective, time, tasks, energy, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, bold turquoise, interesting stuff, right? So if you want to see past scopes of mine, here, I'll hold this up. I actually have been capturing my scopes. So for those of you who are looking for some more stuff on that topic, chosencourse.com/periscope. Lydia, hallelujah. Absolutely, girl. You can go to chosencourse.com/periscope, and that's where you can find my past scopes for the past week. And I'm just loving this platform. I find it so great to just get to hang out and talk with you guys and share some really interesting insights into how to stay more organized, more productive, more effective. So our topic for today, isn't it awesome? Yeah, I love Periscope. This is freaking phenomenal. Our topic for today is about activity kits. Checking it now. Absolutely. Fantastic, Lydia. Good. I'm glad. We get a chance to actually have a conversation while delivering some interesting content. I mean, I've been a professional speaker for a number of years, a member of the National Speakers Association, and I love the informality of this. The opportunity to just hang out and chat with you all and say, here's what's on my mind, or here's what's a really good thing that I think will help you out. So please feel free to ask questions, feel free to get curious. I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes of my life as an entrepreneur and as a speaker in terms of specifically some of the activity kits that I've put together that have made this work easier for me. So I'm going to turn my camera around here for a second. And here we go. We are in, my office, my home base. And what I pulled out here on the table are a variety of different kits that I have used over the years and that I currently use to make my life that much easier. So hi, Mohammed. Nice to have you here. So essentially, I'm going to kind of walk you through a bunch of these, mostly with the intention of giving you an idea. What's up? Absolutely. giving you an idea of how you can put together kits for a lot of different functions and activities in your life that can make it easier for you. That can make it easier for you to get things done, to not have to redo effort and redo work on a regular basis, and thus save you time, save you energy, and make sure that there are fewer things that get screwed up in the process. So basically, I pulled out on the table here a bunch of the activity kits that I personally use. This first thing right here, Lydia, thank you. So far, so good. This first thing here is my kit for speaking. And essentially what I've got here is my projector, which I will acknowledge is a little on the ancient side, but well, it still works. So why the heck would I replace it? I know there are wonderful little teeny tiny ones these days. You know, maybe when this dies, I'll actually swap it out. But in the meantime, so what's in here is not just the projector, but the cables, some tape, so that, you know that whole thing, you don't want people tripping over the cords when you're setting yourself up, all that kind of thing. And then in here is an extension cord, the power cord, and all of the little dongles that I need in order to hook the projector up to either my laptop or to my what am I calling it? My iPad. That's what I'm thinking of. This is great. I always think in terms of kids. My kids, absolutely do it for yourself too. It's wonderful with kids. I know a lot of people, if you have kids, it's the whole, here's the kit that's the baby diaper bag. And people get used to like what goes in the diaper bag. But there's no reason not to use the same methodology for yourself. So essentially, if I'm going to a speaking engagement, I know that most of what I need is here. Then I also grab this one notebook, because this has always been kind of my speaking notebook. And back in the day, what I used to do is just put my notes, like my speaker's notes, directly into this notebook. Now I mostly present off of iPad or off of my laptop. Mostly, my speaker's notes are usually on, one or the other of those devices. But what I also have in here is my checklist, so that, I can kind of go, okay, do I have everything that I need? The bio, the speaker's notes, the handouts, blah, blah, blah. Homeschooling, yeah, absolutely. It's a lot. I know a lot of homeschoolers have figured this one out. And it's, how do you expand on that? How do you take it further so that you can figure out how to, how to make it easier for yourself in other areas of your life as well? So essentially, between this checklist and this book, it allows me to make sure that before I walk out the door, I've got everything I might need for a speaking engagement. So this is my speaking activity kit. This is when I'm headed out for a speaking engagement. That's what I go to first is these items. Less thinking, more routine, exactly, absolutely. Bold Turquoise, what's your name? I'd love to know you actually by name. Give me your name for that. But thank you, exactly. More routine. The simpler we can make it for ourselves, the easier it is for us to, Mackenzie, thank you. The easier it is for us to keep things flowing, keep things easy, keep things rolling. So we talked about my speaking kit. This kit is actually our video setup kit. So my team's been doing videos for basically my company has two divisions, Chosen Course and Living Peace. Living Peace does primarily home organizing for individuals in the greater Boston area as well as virtually. And we've been doing videos for YouTube ever since 2010. And basically this kit has everything that we need if a member of my team wants to do videos from their home or from a client's house or from somewhere on the road, so that it's easy for us to make sure that we still have all the essential gear. Let's see if I can actually get this open for you. I probably should have opened it before I started the scope just to not have to fight with it on TV, but you guys don't care. So essentially, it's got all the gear we need, the light stands, the light bulbs, the light setups. We've got the audio equipment, we've got the cables, the whole 9 yards, and it all lives perfectly easily in this one bag, so that whenever a team member of mine wants to go and shoot some of their videos in their world as opposed to my world, because the other thing, well, you know, here's the reality. I'll give you guys the true behind the scenes. Then we, of course, have the studio setup. So this is one of the tiny bedroom in my house, and we shoot a lot of our videos in our kind of homemade studio. But sometimes we want to, you know, go out in the world and see what's going on someplace else, or, you know, a member of my team's got a particular system they've set up in their space and their world, and that's when they take this stuff. So that's another example of a kit. So those were two kind of professional kits. I'm just beginning to put together my little Periscope kit with my little, you know, if you want to see more stuff about what we've Periscoped on before, then chosencourse.com/Periscope. So my little call to action thing. And then this is for my mic, and this is the little stand. So I'm just starting to put that together into kind of whenever I'm scoping, here's what I need. On the personal side, here's a kit that probably most of you have. How many of you actually have an already put together toiletries kit that you take with you when you travel? Give me a couple of hearts if that's you. Nobody? There we go. Thank you for that. Basically, this toiletries kit has everything I need in it. So rather than having to figure out, you know, oh yeah, did I remember? Not that organized. Okay, Lydia, well, then this might be really good for you. This might be a really good little technique. Personally, I travel, well, in the past I was traveling, you know, once or twice a month. Now I'm traveling about every other month, about every, you know, 2 to 3 months. So therefore having it simple so that I could not have to think about what toiletries I needed to bring with me has been really great. Hey, Mackenzie, thank you so much for inviting your followers. I appreciate that. So essentially, this toiletries kit, it literally, you know, here you go. You're getting to see exactly what's in my toiletries kit. It has everything that I need, everything that I could use, and you know, including like some of the emergency stuff. Like, so I keep my kind of emergency meds, and that, you know, it's that when you're on vacation and you get sick, and it's like, oh God, I just wish I had. Hey, your brain's exploding, huh, Mackenzie? That's fantastic. Well, good. I'm glad this is good for you. Feel free to heart it up if this is mission. I'd love to. I think I finally made it over 10,000 hearts yesterday, and so if we want to try and get me a couple more thousand, that'd be phenomenal. So essentially, and what I love about this kit itself, this bag, can't see, it's LL Bean. So I picked this up from LL Bean probably, God, at least 5 years ago now. And it just stays fully outfitted. And then when I get home from a trip, when I'm unpacking, I make sure that I make a note of, is there anything that I'm low on, so that I can make sure to refill ahead of time, so that I don't have to necessarily go, what do I not have in the kit when I'm packing. So a toiletries kit for travel, kind of preloaded, preset, you know, is I think a wonderful thing that just about everybody could benefit from. And, you know, you keep, you know, I mean, honestly, I steal the hair conditioners and all that kind of stuff from the hotels that I stay at. So, you know, you keep the conditioner and the shampoo and the whatever, and then, you know, I just grabbed, like, I bought a bunch of little bottles. Reminds me of those pickle bags. Interesting. Okay. Something similar. I'm not familiar with the pickle bags. But there are little bottles you can buy that I use to sometimes decant, like, my favorite things. Like, I actually should have this labeled, and I don't, so I apologize for that. But basically, that's it's a face tonic, essentially, for after washing your face. And so I will sometimes decant my stuff that I use all the time. And then, you know, just a toothpaste, toothbrush, all that kind of thing. So essentially, bundle bag, close to the side, but not a cute. Well, go LL Bean for cute. How about that? I truly believe that this kit is something that absolutely everybody could benefit from. You know, if you do any traveling at all, even if it's just, you know, 3 times a year to go see your family for the holidays and you know, a summer vacation, that kind of thing. To make that process simpler is a huge wait. I mean, I'm actually packing tonight because I'm headed out of town. I'm going to see my, here, I'm going to turn it around. So yeah, I'm packing tonight because I'm headed out of town to go see my family tomorrow, my mother in particular. And so, you know, this toiletry kit's pretty much going to come off of this table and go directly into my suitcase. And I know tomorrow I'm planning on doing some scoping about some of my favorite travel apps that help me be more organized when I'm traveling. So if you are interested in more about that as well, you'll want to make sure you're following me. So you can either push the little guy in the corner and click on him, and then click on the check or the little plus button to follow, or swipe left, swipe up, depending on your Android, or let's see, swipe up for Android, swipe right to left for iOS, and click the plus button to follow so you can find out more about that. I saw, Mackenzie, you said something about mommy sickness kits. And I mean, yeah, that sounds like a perfect use. Sometimes it's the what do I do if the kid's sick, but also what do I do if I'm sick? So, I mean, that's why I kind of have the emergency meds in my toiletry bag, so that if I start coming down with a cold and I'm on vacation, because am I the only one that sometimes ends up like, it's like you push really hard all the way through all the way up to vacation, and then you end up on vacation, and then it's like your body just kind of stops and you end up getting sick? I've done that a few times. I'm sure you guys probably have as well. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the hearts. Yeah, it's usually a sign to me that I've been pushing too hard. So if that's been showing up for you too, then I take that as a clue that maybe it's time to reevaluate how I've been showing up for my work. Because when that happens, it's usually a clue that I've been pushing my body too hard, and I literally pushed it to the point of exhaustion, and the only thing that was holding me through for that last period of time was adrenaline. And so when that shows up in my world, I mean, honestly, in the moment when it shows up, you just take care of yourself, because that's the only thing to do. After you've recovered, then I usually take a few moments and go, what could I have been doing differently in order to not have pushed myself that hard to the point where I literally broke my body down? So, you know, just a thought for those of you who've had that moment. Maybe that will inspire you to get clear. So, have to run. Well, thanks, Mackenzie, for coming on. Thanks for playing with us. I'm going to talk about one more activity kit. I'm also going to say, for those of you who have come on recently, my name is Erin Elizabeth Wells. I'm the intentionality expert and a productivity strategist. My company Chosen Course works primarily with high-achieving, heart-centered entrepreneurs to help them be more effective, more productive, and specifically to move from exhaustion to excellence. So we're talking about activity kits today. I'm going to switch this around again. I've already covered a couple of kits, my kit for speaking, my kit for doing video, when we're doing video on the road or taking our video stuff elsewhere, and my toiletry kit. And this last one, for all of you pet lovers out there, this last one is my cat kit. And I use this for me because I've got 2 kitty cats, which if they walked by, I'd show them to you. But I've also created similar kits for clients who had dogs, where it's like the dog training kit or that kind of thing. And essentially, this is where all of the cat-related care stuff lives. So whenever I need to clip the cat nails, then this is where that is, and it's right in the same place with the treats, which is the only reason my cats are willing to allow me to clip their nails, is because, well, I give them treats afterwards. So, but basically everything, you know, the catnip, the, you know, brush, although I don't use this brush quite as often, everything can just live in there, and then what happens is I end up having to have this box live on like the top shelf of my world, because the cats are, you know, pesky little things, and so it's pretty much got to live all the way up there, or otherwise my cat gets he gets into the catnip on his own. Giving stuff a specific home, that's great. Absolutely, I completely agree. Mistle? Was that the name? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I didn't quite catch it fast enough. But yeah, each one of these kits has a specific home. So the speaking kit lives in my closet here in my office. This studio kit actually lives in the studio, which I showed earlier, so that's where that lives most of the time. And then Misty, thank you, Misty, I appreciate it. And then my kit here, my toiletries kit, lives up in my bedroom closet. Cape Ann Painter. Hey, your local friend. How's it going, Cape Ann Painter? Yes, I love Salem in the fall too. At the moment, we are Salem in the summer and it's blazing, blinking hot. So it's been a little crazy. Thanks for this have to run. Absolutely, Lydia. Make sure you follow. Click on the little guy and click on the button, and I will look forward to catching you again. So I'm going to turn us around one more time, try and find some slightly better lighting for you all, and basically say that this is, but not too humid. It's gotten a little bit better today. Yeah, Cape Ann Painter, it's a little bit better today. A day or so ago, it was a little bit sticky for me. It's a little on the stickier side. So Lydia, have a great day. I hope I'll connect with you again soon. I hope this has been useful for you guys. But if you want to catch more from me, my past scopes for the past week, you can go here, chosencourse.com/Periscope. And that's what will allow you to find my past scopes. And I've also got on there a few little resources and that kind of stuff that might be useful for you guys, both in terms of the past scopes, but also in terms of some free giveaway kinds of stuff that might be helpful and valuable. So I invite you to go play with that. Thank you so much for the hearts. I really do appreciate it. And I may end up doing another little casual scope later today, but I wanted to make sure I got this one, as promised, out to the world to make your lives a little bit more organized, a little bit simpler. So hopefully this has helped you out, and have a good day. Take care, everybody.